It is written in Scripture, "And God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. The Garden of Eden. Now life was made supernal, everlasting. And if man was made in a reflection of God, that means he was not made in opposition to the creation, but a component of the creation, a part of it, naturally, through the Father. And that is why it is written that God rested in his works. Adam and Eve, they were celestial beings. They were beaming with light. And having fallen from that, we had no hope. None. It's like a ripple. And that's not even a good example of it. Something that continues. A disease. A disease that starts off so small and that grows to death. But Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no man comes unto the Father but by me." That's what he says. And you would understand that. He says, "I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you." And he does. And he lives through us. And that's all I know. Because it's that simple. Your world is so insane and no one recognizes its insanity. No one. No one. You've got tyrants and monsters that are preparing to kill and destroy each of us, to just consume us with fear and paralyze us so that we don't know what to do. You haven't sought the solution, and the churches don't want to understand it either. Where is Jesus? That's what I want to know. You see, to every problem there is a solution, and this world has a problem, but we don't recognize that there is one. What happens when we take back our government? What then? Really, what then? Jesus said, forgive me. The apostle writes, "He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints." See, I told you beforehand, every one of these militias, when things come to their peak, they will be destroyed utterly. The only one that can save us is the Lord. But we don't recognize that because at the heart we don't even believe that we need to be saved. But we do. We do. You see, there is a solution. When a wound is cut, when something is hurt, when something is wounded, when there is a disease, it needs to be healed. It needs to heal. You see? And all we're doing is all this other nonsense. None of us make any sense. You see? The ones who care should make sense. Now the ones who are insane, I understand that their intention is not to make sense. But those of us who care, at the very least, should make some sense. That's something worth fighting for. That's something worth dying for. So what happens? We take the government back over. Then who leads? Another man? Another person? Tarzan? I don't think Tarzan wants to lead your country. You can go lead it, Pastor Manning. Or maybe you can get Michael Jackson back from the dead, since everyone wants everyone to shut up. But I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to keep talking until you come and try and shut me up. And I'm sure that time is very close. But the problem is that if we care, you see, that's exactly what Jesus teaches us. Everyone that does evil hates the light, neither comes to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that does truth comes to the light, that his deeds may be manifest, that they are wrought in God. You can just tell by all the fruit in this world, and you can say what you want about me. I don't care. But you could tell the fruit. It's just that there is no place for any true fruit to grow in this world. Nowhere. And obviously I don't speak for everyone. But I mean, what happens? You vote Ron Paul in? What's Ron Paul going to do for you? You're going to tear that guy to pieces. You're going to tear him into little pieces. Wind turbines, this, that. We've got to get this energy. We've got this crisis, this and that. The whole world's in pieces. You don't know what to do. What are you going to do? It's amazing. All of this prophecy, everything that's happened to you and is happening to each of us right now is written. You've been warned of. And the scary thing is, it never had to happen if you had listened. That's not why it happened. It didn't happen because God determined it would happen. No, it's part of the seed. Let the tares grow among the wheat. It's part of the seed, part of your growth. Blind and obdurate saints. Because you were blind, you had to grow amidst the tare, while they devised destruction against you, while everything in this world was plotted against us, carefully and articulately. Jesus said, whosoever drinks of the water, of this water, shall thirst again. But whosoever drinks of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. Go call thy husband and come here. And the woman said, I don't have a husband. And he said, you said well, that you have no husband. For you have had 5, and he whom thou hast is not thy husband, and that you say truly. Woman, believe me, the hour comes when you shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. You worship, but you don't even know what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour comes, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeks such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. My meat is to do the will of him that sent me, and to finish his work. Say not, there come 4 months, and then comes harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest. And he that reaps receive wages, and gathers fruit unto life eternal, that both he that sows and he that reaps may rejoice together. And herein is that saying true, one sows and another reaps. I sent you to reap that whereon ye bestowed no labor. Other men labored, and ye are entered into their labors. And ye are gone into captivity. What is the solution, therefore, to the problem? It is life. The waters of life that flow out as an endless spring.